patience as well. And I really appreciate the aspect of the opportunity to speak to every single one of you here today uh, about the year ahead session and our membership year ahead. Awesome. So I'd like to start off with just a simple land acknowledgement. Uh, Awesome. Thank you, Jocelyn. Since I'm obviously, if you know or don't know, my name is Dennison. And of course, as you know, a lot of the members here know I'm not in Vancouver currently. So I'm actually in Bali right now until travel restrictions ease out so I can come back. So I recognize and acknowledge the Balinese tribe on whose traditional and Nixidia territories where I learn and do work currently right now. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Jocelyn. Okay,
Thank you, Dennison. As many of you know, this Saturday will be our late District Governor Dave's memorial. And if any of you need, the link is there and this should have been emailed out to you. It's available on Facebook. If anyone hasn't received it, please put your email in the chat and I'll make sure that you get a copy of this poster and the link for the memorial. Dave, what can I say? There are those who enjoy both life and service to others. And David George Hamilton was one of them. He was a Rotary member for more years than he'd often like to count because he said it was too close to how long I've been on this planet, and we would joke with each other back and forth. He was a man of many colorful socks, the most beautiful, energetic smile, and engaging blue eyes I've ever seen. His contributions have been reported by many, and his story that hasn't been told is of his deep relationship with his family, particularly his son Kirk and the younger generations, most notably his nieces, whose weddings and graduations he attended and was part of. Dave's deep relationship with his son Kirk meant that they got together often and they were a huge part of each other's life. And he maintained a friendly relationship also with his former wife, Irene, as they were a big part of Kirk's life together. He was a very successful sportsman, as many knew, and Dave, for many of us, is the epitome of what it meant to be a Rotarian. He always asked us, and felt that life's most urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And he lived this to his very last day. He participated in his legacy, the Mediators Beyond Borders, training to create peace talk facilitators in our district. And he participated right to the last session from a hospital bed. This shows the type of dedication that this organization of Rotary inspires. And we hope that in Dave's story and in Dave's service, you can find nuggets of inspiration that'll enable you to maybe inspire somebody else to join us on this amazing adventure to do good and to create a better world for all of us to live in. Back over to you, Dennison.
Awesome, thank you. As we all know, if we know Dave, I did know him for a limited period of time, but what I've remembered from him in those aspects is, and what really stuck with me was Rotary is people, we are people of action, and really stuck with me beforehand when he said this aspect of not being evolutionary, but actually being revolutionary. So I just wanted to leave with those aspects as well. Okay. Awesome. So membership, who are we? So currently right now, just going to go over a quick overview of who the membership anatomy is between everyone here. So you have myself as the district membership chair coming in, Jocelyn, as you see there. She is the co-district membership chair for the elect coming in as well. Shirley Pett is our, I guess Shirley Pett, you are the current district membership chair, and also excited for you as well as the district governor designee nominee. And of course, quickly going over this aspect, Tom Smith is our retention and engagement chair, as you all know, as our past district membership chair as well. So thank you, Tom. Tanya Hall, I don't think she could make it here, but she is our alumni chair. Ardith Paxtonman is our new DEI. If you don't know what DEI is Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Chair. I also help with the Innovation Chair, and also Ron Malmus is our director of membership. We don't really know who our director of membership for this Rotary year, but we're very excited to figure out who that mystery individual is coming July 1st. So pretty excited whoever it is coming on board with us. Awesome. So I got some amazing news to share with everybody here on the district, and I just wanted to make sure everyone knew what was going on as well. I think everyone should be really, really proud. Within our zone 28, out of the 21 districts, we are the #1 with the highest increase at 2.87% growth, which is the highest within our zone. And of course, retention at a 93%, and we're currently at 1,327 members. And a little fun fact, not only has our membership grown, our Interact membership has also grown as well in those aspects too. So we actually have one of the fastest growing interactors in our Interacts in our district as well. So something to be very proud of. So I wasn't able to pull up a video or anything on these aspects, and I don't want to break it down in those portions as well, but it was just a simple message here from Shikhar Mehta. I was going through all of his YouTube videos and there was nothing short enough. Everything was 15 minutes long. His intro of himself was over 3 minutes, so I didn't want to bring that up either. So obviously wanted to make sure we had something quite simple with simple messaging. And I think these two quotes really embodied it, which was each one bring one, as Lauren knows, is a huge message of what Shikhar Mehta has been sharing with us. And of course, Rotary kindled the spark within me to look beyond myself and embrace humanity. When I did see this individual's resume, it was really extensive for Rotary International. So pretty excited for this coming Rotary year. That being said, I wanted to do a nice segue here for everybody here. And we were actually quite lucky that our own Rotary Club of Mountain View was actually in our zone newspaper because of the actual activity that they've done. And everyone here on the membership committee is very excited and really embodied the messaging that Shikhar actually gave, which was the aspect of each one bring one. And it really was embodied when we work with the Rotary Club of Mountain View. They've inducted 15 members during the pandemic alone, and now they're up to 38 members. I'm actually quite proud of this club because one of the things I've noticed was working with them very closely, speaking to their club, working with their strategic planning. I found that they're really open-minded and really embody those aspects of growth as well. Just quick overviews of the aspects that I found that they did really well with their methodology. Just so you guys understand, it wasn't the fact that they grew by accident. They did use a lot of the different practices at Mountain View as well, and obviously lessons to be learned from what we've saw that was really effective. Quick ones here. Obviously, one of the things that I found what was very effective was number 3 specifically was inviting their business circles, coworkers, clients, patients, and partners. And then number 4, also engaging membership members, friends, and family in volunteering and community projects. I've seen this club work and actually practice these actual methodologies and in practice and be able to grow their membership as well. So they're a great example of the different types of models that they have in those aspects too. And I see Lauren here, it's like, yes, they have 3 sister Filipino clubs in the Philippines as well. So they're quite active for a new club as well. So very excited for them. You know, they have a lot of different aspects that they're putting together, and obviously looking to them to see if aspects of where we can keep on growing as a district and those aspects of them growing for us as well. Excellent. There we go. This picture was awesome. I think I got this from Shirley Pad, and it's really great because I'm Filipino as well, but I actually don't have any of these. These are called barongs, and they're really awesome to see that they actually not only embody the aspects of what it is to be Rotarian, but also at the same time respecting their culture, which is what they have as well here that you see, which is the clear garment. as well. So it's actually really great that they embody that aspect, but also at the same time really work in those regards too. So I'm again, it's really been an honor to work and serve with this group. So I'm gonna now let my co-chair Jocelyn talk about a Rotaract Club and just go over those aspects on the Rotaract side. So take it away, Jocelyn.
Hello, everyone. As you see, I'm in that picture in the green jacket, looking away from the camera person. This is my Rotaract Club, Vancouver Young Professional Rotaract, and I'd like to do a quick spotlight because I'm very proud of how active we've been with volunteering and fundraising, and also meeting up and having socializing times like this, where we were able to social distance while still be outside and pick up garbage, help the environment. All right, so some things that we're doing. First off, we are a cause-based club. We're not a university-based club, so everybody that finds us is looking for a cause-based club. We transitioned to Zoom the minute the pandemic hit. We were right on top of it. We've had 80 members since the pandemic, 4 are quite recent, 3 potential right now. Retention's amazing. So we're doing pretty great for we are volunteering by doing food on the corner. We're volunteering for ReFood. We're doing blood drives, fundraisers. We did an auction for Christmas that was quite successful and a lot of fun. We're also getting involved in the Rotary Hoopathon with Rotary in collaboration, and we're planning a trivia at the moment. Those are just some of the things we've been doing. A smaller Rotaract club in North Shore will be joining us to help them with some of the tasks that they aren't able to complete. So we're also supporting other Rotaracts. And we're doing small group meetups. So every month we are randomly selected for 3 other people to have a Zoom. And we just meet and chat and get to know each other. And it's a good way to keep socializing going during these times. We also have monthly socials where we play a game or we do trivia or something just online and interact and have fun, watch a movie, things like that. All right, and now we will go on to Shirley, Pat, Tom, and Nancy.
And Ron.
Oh,
and
sorry.
Ron. Sorry, Ron.
Sorry,
And
Jocelyn.
Ron.
Sorry to interrupt, Jocelyn. There were a few questions about what food on the corner was and ReFood.
Oh, yes. Thank you for mentioning that. So Food on the Corner is an initiative from Vancouver Club Rotary, and they provide food for the homeless. So every Saturday they go to, I believe, East Vancouver, and they get a ton of donated food and have food outs, and a line of people come and be able to eat. And I've personally gone and helped, and I suggest everybody here reach out and do it if you can. It's an amazing experience. Just offering extra food to these people that are hungry, and they say no because they care about the next person in line having enough food. If you want to warm your heart, I highly suggest it. And ReFood, what we're doing for ReFood is we are bringing food from a grocery store to a food shelter. So food that would have been thrown out can be refed and given to those who are hungry and help fight food insecurity. Any other questions on these? No? All right.
I think that got it covered, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. And I'll ask Tom, Nancy, and Ron if they would please unmute so that they're ready and on deck when they come up. And Jocelyn, if you'd be so kind, I think Tom and I will let you know when to go forward. So we're going to give you guys a little sample, a little mini session of the kinds of sessions and the supports that our committee can bring to your club if you'd like. And I thought, what better way to do this than to bring in the big guns, AKA Tom Smith, Nancy Idzovic, and Ron Malmus. So next slide, please, Jocelyn.
There's not have a look.
Are you on video? Oh, you're not.
So
Okay.
if we could, if everybody could mute if you're not presenting, that would be great. Thank you. And what we like to call is closing the back door and the art of retention. So we spend a lot of time talking about bring one, get one, but we also want to focus on making sure that our current family is engaged, right? I love Jocelyn's story about her Rotaract Club and how their ability to jump right on Zoom and figure out ways to serve and stay active has meant that they've kept 100% retention of their members. And that's key to growing Rotary just as much as bring one, right? Bring one, add one. So next slide, please, Jocelyn. And what I love about our current Rotary International's president, and I love to see this continue, is that by growing Rotary, it's going to make us stronger and more adaptable. And this rapid change that we have had to undergo because of the pandemic has just demonstrated how flexible, how amazing change makers and leaders Rotarians are across our district. And you guys are showing it again and again, because every month this year, it's been such a joy to report membership numbers to the board and to the G team, because every month, pretty much, I get to report that we're at the top of the zone. So keep up what you're doing, keep up your work on engaging and retention. And hopefully some of the little tips that Tom will provide in this little thing might spark some ideas, or you might want to invite us for a longer session or another session. Next slide, please, Jocelyn. And in this session, we're going to really kind of focus on three things: some processes and practices, as well as, like I said, recruiting and retaining. So how do we open up the front door, make our lawn as pretty as we can so it's as attractive as possible to get everybody coming in the front door while we engage our members and close the back door. So I'm going to turn it over to Tom to let us know how to do that. Over to you, Tom.
Thanks, Shirley Pat, and thanks for the opportunity to present to everybody. Just off the top, I would just like to throw out that I don't know if you can feel it, but I can feel it. And Dave is here. Dave is here. Can you feel it? I can feel it. As Rotary International President Holger Knack has said, we need to be concentrating on quality, not quantity. What exactly does that mean? Well, 10 years ago, we had 1.2 million Rotarians. Today, we have about the same number. Over the past 10 years, Rotary added 1.2 million new members. What do we learn from that? Well, half the Rotarians that leave do so in the first 3 years. There's also a message there. We need to do a better job of closing the back door by improving member retention. We need to do a better job of watching the front door by improving our prospective new member interview skills. Hopefully this presentation will give you some ideas on how to improve your member retention. Also, it should give you pause to think about who should become a Rotarian. Next slide, please. Please check out www.rotary5040.org. Right under District Governor Dave's picture on the left side is a button that reads, "Is Rotary right for you?" There is a series of short videos that explain a little bit about Rotary. It will answer the question, what is Rotary? We are suggesting that when you have someone who has an interest in Rotary, you send them to this Rotary, is Rotary right for you? Tell them that you have some homework for them. Then follow up with them in a week or so. If they have watched all the videos, I would say their interest is very high. If they haven't watched them, I would move on to someone else, unless they're still planning on watching the videos, but either forgot about it or something came up. If their interest is high, they will have some questions. And now is a good time for you and your recruitment chair to meet this person for a coffee and an information exchange. They are interested in Rotary. Are we interested in them becoming a Rotarian? Lastly, on this subject, we suggest that you put "Is Rotary right for you" on your club's website, so a prospective new member can learn about your club as well as the big Rotary. Just make sure you take my name off as the contact person and add your recruitment sub-chair. Next slide, please. Rotary does an annual membership experience feedback survey. Here are the top 3 reasons why people join Rotary. As Rotary International General Secretary and CEO John Huco said, our organizational priority is and must be membership. Without members, there would be no Rotary. If we can achieve so much with the clubs and members we have, what could we do if we had more? Local service projects are the biggest reason people join Rotary. They want to give back to their local community. International service is also a top reason why people join Rotary. And now that we have partnered with Toastmasters, I would expect that the personal development and training percentage to go up as well. Next slide, please. This part of the survey was done after they'd been with Rotary for 3 years. Notice how participating in local service projects jumps to 46%. Enjoying friendship and fellowship becomes important. Just connecting with new and different people is a major benefit of belonging to Rotary. They will stay because they have adopted the RI Learning Center. They will stay because they started using the benefits that Toastmasters offers. The first vice president of Toastmasters International, Margaret Page, is my neighbor. If you would like to have her tell you all about what Toastmasters and Rotary are doing together, let me know. She's obviously a great speaker, and getting her to speak to your club will be a great meeting to bring guests. Next slide, please. As I said earlier, most Rotarians that quit do so in the first 3 years. Why is that? It has been proven that either the new member never got engaged or never knew enough about Rotary when they joined. If the new member doesn't become engaged, it is probably because the club didn't have a strong mentoring program. Sometimes we rush the process, and the new member really doesn't know what they've joined, and they soon figure out Rotary is not for them. Rotary is not for everyone. We want people to join Rotary who know exactly what they are joining. We want them to realize they are making a very important decision and a lifestyle change. We recommend the membership committee check the different professions of your members to see what is missing. A vibrant Rotary Club has members from all walks of life. You will find great leads from local newspapers. Look for new businesses in your area. They are usually looking for ways to become part of the community. Next slide, please. If they are leaving because of cost or time restraints, maybe they were never a good fit for Rotary, or something major has changed in their life. Cost and time commitment should be discussed in detail before we ask anyone if they want to join Rotary. The other two main reasons total almost 50%. I think you can read conflict into the other two categories. If you notice a situation in your club that is causing conflict between 2 or more members, it needs to be resolved using the 4-way test. If it isn't dealt with, trust me, it does not go away. Next slide, please. In summary, be active with the monitoring retention. Engaged Rotarians make for a strong, more vibrant club. You need to have a sunshine committee. That person becomes part of the membership committee. Their job is to let all members know they are the clearinghouse for reporting on ailing members. Based on the severity of the health issue, this person decides whether flowers are appropriate or maybe a signed card by all members. The retention sub-chair and the sunshine committee chair need to develop a tool to keep track of their members, who is engaged and who isn't. I've developed an engagement matrix. Email me if you would like me to send it to you. Next slide, please. This is a true story. When I was the club membership chair, we had a pretty good year. Wayne took over from me the following year and came to me in about October. He commented to me that the membership committee wasn't working very well. I said, what do you mean? He said he wanted to do it like I did. I said, so what does that mean? He said, you didn't do anything. And that's what I want to do. I said, if you get 3 good sub-chairs for recruitment, mentoring, and retention, all you have to do is report how things are going, how well things are going at the board meetings. We recommend all club membership committees need a minimum of 4 members. The membership chair who reports to the board. The recruitment sub-chair should be the face of your club. This person needs to be someone younger, someone outgoing, someone who likes meeting people. Maybe they have a sales background, and someone who is an experienced Rotarian. This is the person you bring with you to meet prospective new members. The mentoring sub-chair should be assigning mentors to the new members and following up with these mentors to make sure the new member is working on filling out the to-do list that they were given at their induction. This presentation today is focusing on retention. I hope I've left you with some good ideas that your retention sub-chair can use. Thank you. Next slide.
Thank you, Tom. I hope you guys were able to pull a couple of things that maybe sparked you to think of something, or at least a follow up. I saw some stuff in the chat, and a shout out to our past district governor, acting district governor Darcy, for helping me when Margaret's name went right out of my head. So I appreciate that, Darcy. So I have the pleasure of just talking a little bit today about a pilot that we ran last year with 3 courageous, amazing clubs: the Rotary Club of Terrasquina Valley, the Rotary Club of the Sunshine Coast Sechelt, and the Rotary Club of New Westminster. And it was really one of those random text messages between Dave and I that started with, "Hey, DG of awesomeness." And he replied, "Hey, goddess of all things membership." And I will tell you, I miss those texts because they always made me smile. And we had a conversation about a couple of things that I was pulling together at PETS, and the fact that I had a club that was willing to try. And I just wanted to see how we could utilize all the resources that Rotary International has and how we could bring them back down to the ground for the clubs to create a more engaging and vibrant atmosphere, in order to do just as Tom said, to ensure that we were closing the back door and retaining our members. And President Leslie Erasmus was game. And so without even knowing what we were doing, because we hadn't figured it out yet, she was game. And Dave asked me to utilize Rotary International's action plan to increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt, to design a pilot that we could measure and do with a couple clubs in a couple of areas and see if there was a true impact. Because Dave was always about doing things strategically and goal-based, so that we had an idea of not just Wile E. Coyote trying everything, but doing things, as Danison's story about Mountain View highlights, that when we put in a strategic plan and we put in an action plan and we do things with a solid methodology, the results speak for themselves. So I'm going to let the results speak for themselves. I'm going to ask Director Ron Malmus of the Rotary Club of Terrasquina Valley to please make sure he's unmute and share with us now his experience with the pilot. And then Nancy, when Ron's done, if you would share yours, please.
Thank you. When Shirley Pat telephoned me with this idea that she had about enhancing Rotary Club meetings and engaging and retaining those members that were, as we say, sneaking out the back door, I thought of my own club, the Rotary Club of Terrasquina Valley. And as Shirley Pat said, we talked to President Leslie Erasmus, and she came on board instantly without even knowing what we were jumping her into. And we got together and we talked briefly before our club members were informed, and we gave them a survey, and they completed a survey as to what the health or the pulse of our club was at that time, as well as Shirley Pat came into our meeting and did a face-to-face where we had open dialogue as to the positive and negatives of how people were feeling about the club and who they were as Rotarians. And so using the themes that came out of the People of Action campaign started by past Rotary International President Barry Rafson, our club looked at ourselves and decided that we needed to connect with our members. We needed to learn about Rotary and learn about the people around us. We needed to engage our members, and we needed to feel inspired. There was a time when our club was very flat, and there was just no inspiration to go to a meeting. And that was just prior to COVID. Now our meetings are successful. We have anywhere from 75 to 90% of our club members are regularly attending our Zoom meetings, and we have enjoyed this growth. We voted as a club after 4 months with the pilot project to carry on. And it was unanimously that club members liked the way the meetings were scheduled and set up, where they knew that 1 week we were going to be talking about learning, 1 week we were going to inspire or engage, or they knew when the business meeting was going to be. And we now feel that as members of the Rotary Club of Terrasquina Valley, we are a people of action who are building a stronger and more dynamic Rotary Club where we can engage everybody in more efficiently. So thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Over to you, Nancy.
Thanks, Shirley Pat. My club, the Rotary Club of New Westminster, already had an excellent membership committee. So when Shirley Pat offered a pilot program to clubs regarding membership, I thought it would be a good opportunity to see if there might be more we could be doing. The pilot made us realize that although we've treated membership as important, we needed to do more to move from ideas and concepts to making it happen. The pilot has really focused our thinking in an organized way and linked the different facets of membership. The pilot suggested that we look at options and what was needed to be done while giving us tools, but not telling us what we must do. Branding was a big influence, as was the need for communication. We strongly recommend that the district continue the opportunity for clubs to participate in the pilot project. The pilot project was very successful for our club. So there you have it, Shirley Pat.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. And there you guys have it. I hope that these two lived experiences of the pilot inspire you to connect with our committee and think about doing the pilot with your club starting now, because I'm with the incoming president of Rotary International. There's no need to wait, and membership is everybody's business. Next slide, please, Jocelyn. And as you can see from what Nancy said, we're able to facilitate for you either in the pilot or as one-offs with Tom or other members of the committee, sessions tailored to your club. We're not going to tell you how to do it or what to do. Our job is to come in and have a conversation with you. And like Ron says, bring the 51 resources that Rotary International has and help you match. So he will tell you, you don't need to read them because I have. And I will help you find out which ones or make a couple suggestions as to which are the best. So I hope that you guys will reach out and connect with our committee, because we're here to serve you and to help make your clubs as engaging and as vibrant as absolutely possible. Next slide, please. And thank you. Back over to you, Danison. Just trying to unmute. There we go.
Awesome. Thank you so much as well. So I'm guessing I'm on the next slide. So these are
I apologize. These are mine. I apologize. I was getting excited. I wanted Danison to talk. I'm just so excited for the team that's coming up. You guys have no idea. These are some of the resources, like I said, and how we can help you is we're available to help you build, as Tom said, out your membership committee to put in all those components to help you think about your Sunshine Wrap. But we're also looking for those of you who are super passionate about membership and want to help the district grow, because we're looking for help in each of our areas. Our assistant governors are amazing, right, Ron? But they do so much, right, Murray, that we need to give them as much help as we can with membership. So if there's anybody passionate, we'd like to have some membership area reps. And if you have any success stories, share your stories, share your success. Clubs out there are looking for best practices. We want to, as my mom says, R&D. We want to rob and duplicate your best ideas so that we can grow Rotary everywhere. Next slide, please, Jocelyn. Now I think it's over to Danison. I think my timing's right now. If Andrea has figured out, no, we're not going to do breakout rooms. We got a sad face. We may be having some technical issues. So,
unfortunately, not tonight. Unfortunately, okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We were going to try and be clever, but sometimes with technology, we have to have some levity and some grace, not only with ourselves, but with each other, that, we just roll as Rotarians and make best with the situation we can. So Jocelyn, next slide.
All right. So
And I
here
believe-
we're going to get Nancy to actually speak up a little bit about entrance interviews.
Thanks, Dennison. Many of us have heard a new Rotarian say, I would like to know more about Rotary. I have been a member for 2 years, but I never knew that was what you wanted out of Rotary. I don't know how to get involved. Why report volunteer hours? I didn't know I would be asked to contribute to every Rotarian every year. What is CRC and why do I need to have it? In our club, the Rotary Club of New Westminster, every new proposed member is asked to participate in the new member entry interview before being accepted into membership. This is to ensure we communicate with the potential new member what Rotary is about and our expectations. What are the dues and what other costs are related to Rotary? Participation in club activities and attendance at meetings, volunteerism, and volunteer hours. We then ask the proposed new member what he or she would like from joining Rotary. What is important to him or her, and how would they like to be involved? What is their specific interest, and how much time commitment can they make? We talk about our international projects, our local community projects, and fundraising. These interviews take about 45 minutes with opportunities for each of us to ask questions. We recommend that they look at Is Rotary Right for You, either on the district or Rotary.org websites. We also explain about our mentor program, whereby each new member is assigned a mentor with similar interest and personality compatibilities. We have an 8-step process to learning about Rotary, which every new member is asked to achieve with the help of their mentor. When they have completed the 8 steps, they are presented with a beautiful club plaque. The new member entry interview is how our club ensures each applicant is aware of what it means to join Rotary. There you have it, Dennison.
And I just, before we turn it over to Dennison, I want to let you all know, as a part of the pilot, I've had the pleasure of seeing the impact of the process that Nancy just outlined on new Rotarians. It is amazing to see their engagement and see how quickly they pick up so many of the things about Rotary that, you know, would be so nice if somebody was there to let us know. And I'd highly recommend anybody, if you're looking for some really great practices and processes for your membership committee, reach out to Nancy. She is a trove of great knowledge and great experiences. Over to you, Dennison.
Thank you very much. All right. There we go. Yeah. So what's new? So a few new things that we're working on our membership committee with the district, and as everybody else would know as well, are aspects here about DEI committee, the subcommittee innovation approaches to clubs, the mentorship subcommittee, alumni, and of course we'll be talking as well with virtual about virtual in person as well. All right. Excellent. So first is DEI. It's a brand new committee that we established, and it was started by Dave. And if you guys have any questions about this regarding those aspects as well, Ardith's email will be available, as she will be the chair that will be coordinating any efforts within the district regarding diversity, equity, and inclusion. So you're going to hear a lot of that from Ardith, and coming from the district, coming from her. So stay tuned. If you guys are interested on these aspects about diversity, equity, inclusion, please also reach out to Ardith as well. Innovative clubs. So we're really excited about these aspects, about starting new clubs, new different based on clubs. And this was really an initiative that Dave started as well, and was uprooted by him, and we were able to get that conversation going. So a few things that we were talking about here, as you keep on hearing the terms over and over again, which were cause-based clubs, are basically new versions of innovative clubs. An example is the new Regal Rotaract Club that has been established as well. I don't know if anyone knows, but Regal Rotaract rules have changed since last year, July, with the new Rotary International rules. So a lot of aspects have changed. They're cause-based. They no longer have a sponsor club. They're the first club in Canada without a sponsor club, and they don't have an age limit. Their membership is anywhere between 18 and 70 currently right now. Awesome, next slide. Tom, do you want to speak on this? I think this is something very exciting.
Yes, it is very exciting. I don't know if any of you have heard him speak. He's an amazing man. He's the current governor out of Minneapolis, I think. And he started 4 clubs, all cause-based. And he seems to be ahead of the curve when it comes to cause-based. So we're going to hold a session on May 29th. We've got a lot of cause-based clubs percolating. So we're hopeful to get those champions to bring potential new members. Plus, we want current Rotarians to come and learn about cause-based, because that's a way to expand Rotary in your own neighborhood. So he's a pretty exciting guy, and we're quite fortunate to have him.
Tom, do we have a time for him on the 29th? I wasn't quite sure.
Yeah, we do. I think it's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock? All right, so 10 a.m.
a.m., but I'll double check.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Tom.
Yes, 10 a.m. is
Alright.
confirmed.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Tom. I'm excited to be here to represent Leaders Connect. We are a new mentorship program within Rotary, and our intention is to connect Rotarians with Rotaractors or with other Rotarians, and eventually Interactors. That one's taking a little bit longer because there's a lot of protocols with working with youth, right? So right now we're doing Rotary and Rotaract, and the ideology behind it is there's so much experience and wealth of knowledge and within Rotary. It's a good way to lift each other up and create leaders within our own community. How the program works is 3 months, 1 hour, 1 time a month. So it's basically like speed dating for mentoring. If you click, then you can continue the mentorship relationship later on. But this mentorship relationship would be focused on professional career, Rotary, life lessons or skills, etc. It's just the sharing of knowledge and experiences, and cut it there. So no sharing of positions or connections, and none of that, the experiences. And what have we been up to? Well, we started not too long ago. We've currently made 8 matches and are on track to make over 20 matches by the end of this month. Super excited. You can contact Leaders Connect Mentorship at gmail.com for more information, or if you'd like us to speak about our program at your club. I'll put the information in the chat in 1 moment of the email, and also the mentee and mentor intake form. And also excited to talk about alumni. They have a lot of plans over the next year. Alumni brings people back together. Members that used to be in Interact or Rotaract or Rotary, we reach out to them and bring them back into our family. So the goals for this year is to grow social media platforms, start doing bios on the committee and what they're doing and things like that. Also show how we get involved and where we are now, and a get to know you piece. Just in case not all of you know, a lot of programs fall under alumni. So Rotaract alumni, Interact alumni, Rotary alumni, Early Act, Youth Exchange, Rotex, and RILA, all under alumni. So it's a very important part of membership. They are planning to have in-person events post-pandemic, so follow their social media pages if you want to get updated on that. And if you'd like to know more, you can contact alumni at this email, which I will also put in the chat at the next slide. All right, back to you, Denison.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm going to be talking about virtual in person. Basically, virtual in person is an effort in our aspect in the district after post-pandemic, as you can see in the picture, as well as moving into the aspects of more hybrid components also. We find that accessibility is a very important aspect for members to be able to be part of the process as well. And having that component of having your meetings when we go back in person, but also have the ability to have accessibility for people that are more virtual moving forward. I can speak for myself in these feelings. I am heavy in the travel industry and I'm able to be able to show up to a lot of the meetings, and obviously Shirley Pat as well. Can't remember being from the back of Beyond as well, being able to have accessibility as well. Without these tools in place, I would strongly recommend clubs to look at them. If they have any questions, they can ask us because it does create a lot of accessibility, which allows individuals that have a lot of talents that can be shared within Rotary. So, yeah, and again, if you have any more questions, you can always reach out to our contact information for any of these aspects or programs and email us, and we will work with you to assist the best that we can.
All right, emails are in the chat. Thank you, Anne, for pointing out our grammar error.
Okay.
We'd like to pass this part on to Shirley Pat. A strong ending.
Tom said it best when he said that Dave was with us. So if you feel the need to unmute and help me, although it kind of works like a walkie-talkie, so we'll just sound like we're interrupting each other, but we'll get the idea. Or you can stay muted and just say it in your house. But I want you to think Dave, feel Dave, and be Dave, and repeat with me. Don't just be evolutionary, be revolutionary. Don't be evolutionary, be revolutionary. Don't be evolutionary, be revolutionary. And as I'd always say with Dave, viva la revolution.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shirley Pat.
Awesome. And as a final note, I'd like to just read out with everybody beforehand. I didn't want to, I worked with a team here very hard, very lucky to have this team as well. And we wanted to make sure we were very concise with the messaging here and wanted to make sure you guys got out as quickly as possible as well. So even though we know it's up to 8:30, we wanted to make sure that you guys were able to get rest, sleep, eat, whatever it is that you need to do after this. So I'm going to finish off with this very last slide. Yes, Lauren, yeah, the fifth way, having fun, absolutely. So we'll finish off with this. I'll read it off for everybody, and whoever wants to read it with me, it's also welcome to do so as well with us too. So our four-way test is: number one, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build good?
Will better friendships?
Better friendships.
And 4, will it be beneficial?
Beneficial to all concerned.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for working with us and working through the technical difficulties. And we look forward to be working with you moving forward as well. Thank you.
So Dennis, let me close off with a very quick recap. And I think a lot of you guys said it very well, but we all have membership gaps. We need to look at our memberships for vocations, ethnic, gender, age. We have lots of opportunities. I can't tell you that I think that came very clear through tonight. We got to think differently sometimes. There are some gaps in our communities. Maybe we can do some cause-based clubs. There's some new clubs ideas. Environmental clubs is going to be very popular, I think, coming into the future. There's clubs around there for human trafficking. If it's a serious issue in your community, we should be banding together and collaborating and getting this issue dealt with. Veterans, another one that's very strong in the States, not so much in Canada, but I think there is an opportunity around Canada somewhere. Peace building and of course, water programs and literacy, which is very dear to heart to Shirley Pat on the Right to Read program and Indigenous studies. So we also know about partnerships and alliances. And the fact is that we know that we have some corporate senior centers, environmental organizations that all could be invited out to Rotary, because the collaborative good of Rotary, the partnerships and alliances that we can develop can actually make a difference. As far as the district support's concerned, Dennison said it best, but there's other programs out there such as our surveys, strategic planning services, learning and development. If you need to get the basics into your Rotary family with Rotary Basics 101 or any type of fireside chats or the wow factor of Rotary, we're here for you. We want to make a difference. We want the education levels to be increased. We know that when Rotarians know more about Rotary, they stay. So with that, I again apologize for the delays and thank you so much for attending. It was a great attendance and I hope to see the same number on Saturday.
Thank you, everyone. It was really good.
Thank you, everyone. We'll put some of the info up and try and answer people's question in the chat, and we'll share the slides post Saturday to get those up with the rest of them on the district. Thank you guys for coming. If there's any questions, you can put them in the chat, or if anybody wants to have a little chin wag, I'll stay on for a few minutes here.
I think, yeah, I think Kelly, Lauren, Shirley, Pat, Dennison, Jocelyn, Bill can stay on after.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Happy birthday, Darcy.
Happy birthday, Darcy!
Happy birthday, Darcy.
Thank you. And I don't know if you can see this, but
you guys vaccinated!
That's why I was late coming in. We just got the 5:30 ferry home because I had to go to Vancouver for it, but I didn't care if I had where I had to go for it, as long as I got it.
So you changed health regions to get your vaccine?
Nope. Same health region. But you still got to go figure, eh? Dr. Bonnie says not to travel outside of your, home sort of thing, and they send you from the Sunshine Coast to Vancouver, but it's okay.
So I just want to say, Tom, just saying you have a Sunshine Committee, if you live on the Sunshine Coast, it's in your name. I mean, come on.
I think Tom may have left us.
I think he's gone, yeah. Funny. Anyways, good. Okay, so
that was well done, you guys.
Yeah, it was excellent. And I know we made up a lot of time and we finished right on time. So good. It's just that we didn't quite get what we wanted to get done. So I apologize. So what needs to be done to get the breakout sessions to work, Andrea? We have to set it up.
Yeah, so I think Kelly's got the credentials.
Yeah.
Okay.
I kept inputting them incorrectly tonight. And so it wasn't until after I got myself locked out that I realized what I was doing wrong. So I really apologize for that.
That's fine.
I actually thought Marianne was running the Zoom tonight. So I wasn't quite prepared either. So now we know. I'll be better. I'll do better.
That's okay. We asked her, it's okay. We asked her about we told her, let her know on the weekend that we wanted to do that Dennison, they wanted to do breakouts and polls. So that's fine. So maybe I'm suggesting that we can do it Saturday, like get that set up Saturday, Kelly, please.
Yeah, I can do that.
And all you have to do, you know how to do you just have to click the box, say breakouts, and then we can run them. And then, but the poll questions have to be inserted beforehand, right?
Okay.
And maybe on that note, sharing the experience from today with the facilitated peace conversation at the Tsawwassen Club. Currently, it's really unpredictable with the internet. So some attendants, including the head facilitator, lost the connection. And